What's up, everybody? This is Matt with Rhino Roofing out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, and today what we have for you is a little tutorial video going over the basic components of an asphalt shingle roof. Now, if you're like me, before I got into the roofing industry, I really didn't have much of an idea of the exact things that went on my roof. I knew there were some shingles up there, I knew there was some wood up there, but if you had asked me how it was all put together, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. So the goal of this video is to go over some of the terms used by roofing contractors for the various components of your asphalt shingle roof. This video is for educational purposes only and is by no means an exhaustive explanation of everything that goes into a roof. But hopefully by the end of this video, and when the time comes to replace your roof and you're dealing with a contractor who's throwing around all kinds of jargon and terms that you may or may not understand, you're trying to navigate your way through an estimate and you're like, I don't know what that word means. You'll be able to read those estimates and understand what exactly is going into your new roof. So let's get right into it. The first layer that we're going to be talking about today is wood. That's right, there's wood up there. This right here is a product called OSB, which stands for Oriented Strand Board. And this comes in 4-foot by 8-foot sheets, and this will be nailed to the rafters in the structure of your house. And this, you can consider this as the foundation, sort of the underlying structure on which everything else on your roof is going to be attached, whether that's underlayment, shingles, or accessories. It's all going to be nailed in or cut into this OSB. So that's the first layer. On top of your decking goes your underlayment. Underlayment is a barrier that sits in between the shingles and the OSB, and it just provides an extra layer of protection to your roof from the elements. So should the shingles get compromised and water make its way through the shingles, this underlayment can help protect the inside of your house from water, which is a house's worst enemy. This is a Rhino U20 synthetic felt paper. As you can see, it's very tear resistant and very puncture resistant. We use this over tar paper and other kinds of product because it's a lot easier to install. It provides a much better barrier against moisture, and it's going to last a really long time without decaying or rotting. So that's the second layer, is your synthetic underlayment. Lastly, the third thing we're going to talk about today is the shingles themselves. This is an architectural asphalt shingle from Owens Corning, which is a brand we use at Rhino Roofing for many of our clients. The measurement of this shingle, when it's not cut down to size like this, is 39 3/8 inches by 13 1/4 inches. And this shingle has 3 layers. So the first layer of this shingle is a fiberglass mat. So it's basically just a sheet of fiberglass. The second layer is asphalt, which saturates and soaked into the fiberglass mat. And the final layer is this granule. So it's this mineral sand aggregate that is pressed down into the shingle, and that gives it extra protection against UV exposure and impacts. All right, moving down from the top of the shingle to the bottom, we're going to start up here, and this right here is the adhesive strip. You can see a little clear piece of film here that peels off. The next run of shingles is going to overlap over the top of this one, and this little strip here just makes sure that everything stays where it needs to be in order to get the best possible attachment to your roof. Moving down, we see this white line here. Now, this is a feature of Owens Corning shingles, and this is the nail line, and it's basically a guide so that the installation team can place the nails in the best place in order to keep your shingles attached to your roof. At Rhino Roofing, we use at least 6 nails to attach each shingle to your roof to give you the maximum amount of protection from wind and impact damage. All right, so you can see over here on this little cutaway section, we have all the layers we talked about today. We've got our decking, we've got our underlayment, and we've got our shingle. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you learned something by watching this little video, and stay tuned. We're planning on doing some more videos that go into different kinds of roof and maybe into a little bit more detail on the construction of asphalt shingle roofs. But until then, this is Matt with Rhino Roofing signing out.